Managing Director, The Director Center, UK author, Grow Your Digital Agency, Robert Craven.
Right, good morning, good afternoon, New York. Hey, I could do better than that. Good afternoon, New York. Hey, that's better, right. So, you've been you're tired, aren't you? Basically, you've been sat listening, you've been talking to people, 2 hours for coffee. So we kind of need to get some energy in the room and keep things going. So I'm going to count from 5 to 0. When I get to the number 0, I want everyone on your feet. And I want you to turn to someone near you. Hang on, wait for it, down. When I've counted from 5. And I want you to turn to someone near you, and we can do better than that, can't we? So I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we cheer like our football team's just won the cup, okay? Okay, so our football team's just won the cup. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop! Right, okay, not that I'm competitive. So I count from 5 to 1. When I get to 1, on your feet, turn to the person next to you or behind you and use 3 words to describe the event so far. So it's a very, very quick exercise. It's just a little 30 seconds. So use 3 words to describe the event so far, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, right. Shh. Shh. Back on your seats, quick. Shh. Right, okay. So what I've been asked to do is do basically a 3-week program in 30 minutes, okay? So I'm going to just take you very, very quickly with a series of exercises which we've taken and given to agencies, and the agencies have grown. And the results for the growth of the agencies are just ridiculous, okay? So it's difficult to, it's like 52% increase in revenue, it's 25% increase in revenue per fee earner, it's a 16% increase in chargeable hours per person, and the big one, the increase in EBITDA, increase in profit, 137%. I'm going to show you the program very, very quickly, and my point is, the above average, what do they do differently? That's what I want to show you, and I want to show you very quickly how you can do that. But we have to go very, very quickly. So, my background is, I've always wanted to know how we can understand what the really exceptional businesses do. So we did a piece of research, 275 agencies, 275 dull, boring, middle-of-the-road agencies who are stuck, wondering why everyone's doing better than me, it's not fair, if only I could do better, why is everyone happier than me, it's so hard, my wife doesn't love me anymore, I never see my children. In fact, 275 of them, and we also took 275 what we call the magic millionaires. These are guys and gals who've taken £1 million out of the business, or they've grown it to £1 million or $1 million in the first year, or the valuation was in excess of $1 million straight away. So we have the magic millionaires, and we have the wannabes. So here's the question. We went to each of the groups and said, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from running the agency you really want to run, okay? You have 1 minute in your pairs, in your groups, to discuss that. I'm going to ask you to stand up again, because otherwise you're going to get really comfortable and dull. So what's holding you back from running the agency you really want? 1 minute, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Everyone up, quick, 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 quick. Faster, faster, faster. Okay. And stop. Shh. Back on your feet. Back on your bottom. Sit down. Sit down. Shh. Shh. Quickly, quickly, quickly. We're doing this quickly, fast. So, very, very quickly, what's holding you back from running the agency you want to run? Talent, people. Okay, excuse my language, bloody staff, okay? You mean bloody staff. What's holding you back from running the agency you want to run? Recruitment, more bloody staff, bloody recruitment agency, bloody HR professionals. What else, sir? What's holding you back?
Lack of curiosity.
Lack of curiosity. So that's your own curiosity. Yes, that's me, okay? What about you, sir?
Too many procedures.
Too many procedures, systems, they put in systems, they put in plans, the government puts in laws. So let me tell you what it's about, okay? 275 wannabes, okay, come up with 275 different reasons why they're not growing the business, they're not running the business they really want to run. And every phrase they use starts with the word they. They the customers. They the competition, they the staff, they the government, Trump, yeah, Brexit, whatever it is, you know, they come up with these reasons, 275 different, they. It's never ever their fault, it's always about other people. This is called an external locus of control. Okay, my daughter, who isn't here today, is the perfect example of external locus of control, yeah. They made the traffic lights turn red really quickly when I was driving. They put too much alcohol in my beer. They put a bollard behind the car. It's never her fault. And the wannabes have this real problem that they always blame the outside world. When you talk to the magic millionaires with their Ferraris and their swimming pools and their golf clubs, and you say, what was holding you back when you were over there? When you were over there, what was holding you back from running the business, the agency you really wanted to run? And they say, there was just one thing holding me back when I was here, and that was me. I was petrified of putting prices up, I was petrified of putting prices down, I was petrified about employing the right people, I was petrified about knowing people, I was petrified about the contracts we were putting out, I was so petrified I just didn't know what to do. I was just full of fear, full of trepidation. I couldn't make a decision. If I tried to make a decision, I didn't know if it was the right decision. The fear was so much, it just drove me mad, and I just couldn't make a decision. Until you realize, and it's really, really simple, the problem's me. And once you realize that the problem's me, yeah, that's fine, I can win, I can lose, it's about me, but I've got to stop blaming other people. So, big point number one, the difference between the wannabes and the magic millionaires is this recognition, it's about me, it's my choice, and I'm making the decision to make stuff happen. So this work is based on, you know, the bell curve. And the problem with the bell curve is the majority of businesses are in the middle. We can ignore the very, very brilliant ones, the top 1%. But the work that I was doing was looking at the top 10%. You know, just not the very top 1%, but the top 10%. And the issue we're trying to figure out is, one, what are these people doing here? Very easy to tell you that. They're charging higher prices, they're doing longer projects, they tend to be recurring revenue, they've got an incredibly good network, their marketing is so good that people come towards them, so their marketing costs are much lower than anyone in the room here because people source them. They're not pitching, they are above the air, they're in rarefied air. What do people do here? We know what that is. I just look in a mirror and I can see these are the people doing, we're going to do a blog. We'll do 500 words. I was in Starbucks today and realized customer service is really important, yeah? These guys over here don't do that. They do white papers. They do white papers about the industry they sell into, which are 10,000 words demonstrating how awesome they are and how much they know and how they can add awesome value. They prove why they're different, they use numbers to do that, and it's totally compelling. So 1, what do these people do? We know. 2, what do we do? We know. 3, how do we move across there? That's clever, okay, and that's what my business does. That's clever. But what's really clever is helping people on that journey, holding their hands to actually make that happen. So that's the piece. Because the problem that we've got in this room is where we are in the ecosphere. Yeah? We're stuck in the middle. We're not the cheap, $10, $5 an hour, Fiverr.com stuff. Oh, if you need the slides, oops. Just tweet me if you need the slides. Oops, it's down there. We're not cheap, we'll do anything at a price. We're not just, oh my God, you want to buy from me? That's fantastic, I'll do that. So we're not the cheap. We're not the expensive at the top where they are, it's the Accentures of the world where they're just selling on their brand and people come to them. The trouble is we're stuck in the middle. We are, most of us in the room, we're too small to be big and we're too big to be small. And because we're stuck in the middle, it's just this panic going on about not knowing what we're going to do. And the natural feeling is what we need to do in order to sort this out is we need to win business. And how do we win business? We win business by competing on price. And can I just tell you, no, you do not compete on price ever, 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 ever. That is so the wrong thing to do, because if you compete on price, it's a price war, and the person with the biggest pockets is always going to win. That's probably not you. You compete on everything else but price. But the main way of getting out of the mid-tier, that squeeze zone, is to have the story, to have the culture, to have the specialization, so that you can actually talk to people about why they should be buying from you, to actually talk to people in a way that they feel that you're actually the one that they want to do business with. But you can't compete by going down, or very few of you can. That's really not the direction you want to go in. So just one more piece of background to explain what I mean. This I always find really, really scary. Basically, it's a nightmare ride from like 1 to 20 staff. 1 to 20 staff, you're too small, and suddenly you have this panic where you've got to buy non-fee earners and your profits crash, and then you've got enough non-fee earners but not enough fee earners, so you get going again. And I can tell you with 100% accuracy that you're going to have problems at 13 to 17 staff, 25 to 30, 65 to 70, and about 125, very roughly. Those are points where the business's brain is, I'm an entrepreneur, I can do everything. Oh no, I can't, I need to delegate to other people. I've delegated to other people. Oh, I now need heads of department. Oh, I've now got heads of department, I now need a board. Oh, I've now got a board. Oh, why am I here? And the reason you're here is because when you're very, very small, you sell, buy from me because I'm incredibly cheap and I'll work 80 hours because I don't mind earning $1 an hour, and my staff will be incredibly cheap and will do anything you want. When you get over here, you're selling a process, you're selling a system, you're selling the brand's way of doing it. And that requires systems, it requires processes, all the stuff that most entrepreneurs absolutely hate. So, point 1, whose fault is it? It's yours. Mine, sorry. Point 2, we need to understand we're too small to be big, we're too big to be small, we need to get out of that. Point 3, there's a predictability about the growth of an agency and where the pain points will be that you can't see when you're inside it because it's normally too late when you realize you need stuff. But you need to make your mistakes on paper. So my question is, if I go into your business, how good is your business? What do I measure to tell me how good your business is? And we've not got the time, but so I'll just go through this very quickly. People always come up, how good is your business? The first thing they always come up with is revenue, profit, net profit, EBITDA. earnings per share, cost of goods for resale. People always come up with the financials first of all. They always come up with the financials because the accountants and the business schools and the consultants, everyone bangs on about finance all the time. And my friend Paul Barrow, who's an accountant, he'd be saying, finance is the engine of the business, cash flow is the most exciting and sexy thing in the world, and what I like to do late... Are there any accountants in the room? And what I'd like to do late at night is get myself a set of accounts and go into this dark and damp room and look at those accounts and get... But that's not what turns most of us on. So what else do we need to measure to tell me how good your business is? There's finance, there's operations, there's doing the doing. There are as many measures of operations, output per person, age of your equipment, the qualifications of your people, complaint rate, lateness rate, ROI for clients, delivery to specification. There are as many measures of operations as there are of finance. So what we have is we have a finance ball and an operations ball. Get the money, do the work. Get the money, do the work. Get the money, do the work. And what's the one that's missing? Marketing. Fantastic. I love that. Who said that? All right, I'll just try and give you a free book. There you go. Hey, fantastic. Which is actually perfect timing. Marketing. Now, one of you is going to come up with a very pompous definition of marketing, okay, which I'm going to ignore, because marketing for me is, here is my customer, and when he or she has a problem, hurt, need, itch, scratch, want, and they look up and say, who can help me? Yeah? And they look around and they see me, and they like the cut of the jib, and they like what the website says, and they like the way I talk, that they buy from me. Yeah. Marketing is nothing to do with vanity and clicks and likes and all that nonsense. Marketing is about how good am I at getting the people I want to buy from me. Simple as that. How good am I at getting the people I want to buy from me? So we have as many measures of marketing, cost of customer acquisition, lifetime value, repeat business, column inches, PR. You might have likes and follows, but I'm a bit old-fashioned. So what we have is we have finance, get the money. Marketing, get the customers. Operations, do the doing. And it kind of goes in a cycle. So marketing, selling. So it goes sell, make, collect, sell, make, collect, sell, make, collect, sell. And if you drop a ball, you go out of business. You need to keep all the balls in the air. Okay, excuse me for one moment. So here's the message to you. Your financial performance, how good you are at getting your customers to buy from you, is simply a consequence of your marketing and your operations. Your marketing and operations creates your financial performance. And the trouble with finance is that finance isn't a ball of equal size. Finance is more like juggling with one of these. It kind of feels like, or a big knife. And the beauty of juggling is if you actually know how to juggle, you don't juggle from the end because it goes all over the place. You juggle from the middle. There are rules about it. And although we're very frightened about juggling or finance, we need to understand it. In your business, you need to understand it. So my point is this. Your financial performance is simply a consequence of how good you are at marketing, how good you are at operations. If you are pants, rubbish. If you're rubbish at marketing and rubbish at operations, your finance would be rubbish. And if you were awesome at marketing and awesome at operations, you'd be awesome at finance. So, this is what I'd like you to do. Whoops, everything stay still. I'm going to give you 1 minute This exercise I often do over an entire day. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to give yourself a score out of 10, where 10 is a high score, 0 is a low score. A score out of 10, where 10 is a high score, 0 is a low score, for your financial performance. Remember, finance isn't how pretty things are. It's not, oh, look at my accounts, they're so pretty. It's like, how effective are we at getting turnover, cash, and profit into the business? A score out of 10 for your marketing, where marketing is how good you are at getting your clients to buy from you. And a score out of 10 for your operations, for how good are you at doing the doing. And I'm going to give you just 1 minute, and I want you to turn to the person to your left or to your right, and I want you to tell them your score. So it'll be like 735 or 739, finance, marketing, operations. Got that? I'll count from 5 to 0. By the time I get to 0, you'll all be talking. You've only got 1 minute, though, to share your scores. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, yeah, we'll do this one. And stop. Shh. Okay. Shh. So I've done this with 30,000 businesses and now about 9,000 or 10,000 agencies. Would you like to know what the scores for agencies on average are? 7.3. Nil point. Here we go. Finance. Okay, this is for fast-growing, generally successful agencies. Self-scoring. Finance, 6. We earn money, got a nice car, go on holiday, could be richer, could be poorer. We'll come to marketing in a minute. Operations. Now, operations. Are we good at what we do? God, we are so good. Now, unfortunately, we're British, so we would never give a 9 in public. So we'd go for an 8 because we're in public, and we just don't do 9s or 10s. So we give an 8. Then we come to marketing. Okay? Do you remember when you were at school and you were about to leave and you had to visit the careers teacher, and the careers teacher said, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And I want you to put your hand in the air like this. If you said, and we'll do it together, if the teacher said to you, "When you grow up, what do you want to do?" If you said, "I want to be in sales and marketing," put your hand up now. There's about 2, or maybe 3. So in the party tonight, the 3 of us will have a really good time. And everyone else will be saying, "Oh, it's the presentation this morning about programmatic using Remark, wasn't it fascinating? Oh, it's really good, yeah." Yeah, and we'll be saying, "Yeah, more beers, where are the customers? Sales is the sexiest, the most exciting thing you can do with your clothes on. You know, this is our conversation." And everyone, ugh. Now, here's the interesting thing. Robert Craven says, finance is a consequence of marketing and operations. Therefore, you're thinking, well, the answer is obviously, we need to do more marketing. We need to get a marketing consultant in, okay? That is absolutely wrong. Because there's no point selling more stuff if you're not making any money. If you're only making 10 or 15 cents in the dollar, there's no point selling more stuff. Figure out how to make 20, 25 cents in the dollar, then do the marketing piece, because we all know that marketing is really easy. So here we go. We'll miss that one out. We'll go straight to this one. So the quick and dirty solution, is it more sales and marketing? And the answer is no. If you want a quick and dirty solution in your business, this is what you do. Number 1, head and shoulders above everything else, you put your prices up. And I don't want you saying, oh, you don't understand what it's like in Warsaw. Okay, guys. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We do something much louder than that. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So where were we? Should we do it again? It was fun, wasn't it? Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. 12 minutes. Put your prices up. Thank you very much. Yeah. If you can, put up your prices. If you've got a 30% gross margin, I'll be really, really quick. If you've got a 30% gross margin, essentially you sell for 10, buy for 7, 3 is your gross profit, 30%. Yeah? If you put your prices up by 10%, you can afford to lose 25% of your customer sales. And you have the same amount of money in your back pocket as you have now, okay? It means you were working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You now only need to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can spend Thursday doing really good stuff. You're still saying, you don't understand what it's like in Warsaw. Oh, it's even worse in Kiev. If you put your prices down by 10%, which is what you want to do so badly, yeah, you need to sell 50% more. You need to sell 50% more stuff. You were working on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You now need to work another 2.5 days a week just to have the same amount of cash in your back pocket. It's bonkers. So, 1, please, I beg of you, please put your prices up. Once you've done that, the next thing you can do is you can decrease your direct cost, go to all your suppliers and say, can you do it cheaper, or can I have more for the same money? Next thing you do is you can fix your underperformers. You have underperforming customers. Try and fix them. Explain to them that that's not how it works. You phone in Monday to Friday. You don't phone me at home on Saturday. Explain to them that they pay in advance. They don't pay late. Explain this stuff to them. And if you can't fix them, you sack them. You have underperforming products and services, platforms you work on. If you've got them underperforming, try and fix them. If you can't fix them, you sack them. You have underperforming suppliers, accountants, lawyers. If they're underperforming, you don't like them, try and fix them. If you can't fix them, sack them. And you have underperforming staff. You all know Flossie, who you employ right now, yeah? Who's been with you for 5 years, and it's so difficult to get rid of her because she's only got one leg and blah, blah, blah. Try and fix her, and if you can't fix her, you sack her. And ideally, you do that legally. That will sort out your financial model. Now you've sorted out financial model, full steam ahead on marketing. But what the high performers do differently is a slow and sustainable piece. Their thing is about far more thinking. They're thinking, 1, strategy. Where am I now? Where am I going? How am I going to get there? While being aware of the outside environment, being aware of AI, GDPR, the fact that consultants are now doing digital, the fact that marketing agencies are now specializing in digital, the fact that you can get digital from Bangalore at $5 an hour. They're thinking about all that kind of stuff. So where am I now? Where are we going? How are we going to get there? What is the gradient, the trajectory of what we're going to do? They sit down and they make their mistakes on paper. Second thing they do is they are obsessed with marketing. These guys are absolutely, that is what they think about all the time, strategy and marketing. How are we going to get customers to buy from us? Quick exercise, 1 minute, 30 seconds will make it. Stand up, turn to the person next to you, and answer the question, why should people bother to buy from you? Why should people bother to buy from you? You have 1 minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Quick. on your seats. Shh, right? So, although digital is a subset of marketing, none of us are ever really comfortable about how we sell and how we pitch, how compelling it is. You need to sort that stuff out. Google have very kindly given me your phone numbers, and because of my jet lag, I'll be awake at 3 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to phone every one of you, and I'm going to say, why should people bother to buy from you when they can buy from the competition? And if you can't answer, I'm going to wait 10 minutes, I'm going to phone you up again. You need to nail this marketing piece 100%. So the really great businesses obsessed with strategy, where are we going, how are we going to get there, make mistakes on paper. They're obsessed with marketing, and they're obsessed with teams and people. And then once that's sorted out, they talk about getting the finance sorted out and the support. But the thing for me is this top level strategy marketing team. So strategy, very quickly strategy. People go to university, they spend 3 years doing strategy. I'm now going to do it in 30 seconds. It's having the right M's, having the right models, having the right money model, having the right management, having the right marketing, and having the momentum that your clients are getting bigger and better as you go on. It's working on, not in the business. You as owners need to step back, work on, not in the business. If you are working in the business, I can almost guarantee you will not be able to grow it like you wish to. It's about focus and simplicity. It's about a high-price wage cycle. You must pay more for your staff because you'll get better people who will be better able to talk to your staff, to your customers, who will be better able to upsell and cross-sell so that you can charge more in order to employ better people. Otherwise, you go into a low-price cycle. You get people who are just as good at doing the digi stuff, but they can't talk to people, they can't explain what they've done, they're not compelling or exciting for the clients, so the clients don't buy anymore, so you haven't got much money, so you buy cheaper staff, so you get worse staff who can't tell the customers what they do, so you go down. And it's about recurring revenue. Please, for valuation's sake, get recurring revenue. Don't keep selling endlessly. That's strategy. Then we have marketing. Marketing for me is one big question, which is, what do you want to be famous for? You've got to be able to answer that question. What do you want to be famous for? You're the big guys. You're the high-performing agencies. So what do you want to be famous for? The real question in marketing is why can't you sell more stuff? And the reason you can't sell more stuff is because you employ similar people at similar wages using similar software on similar platforms, selling via almost identical websites with proposals which are absolutely identical, and you're selling similar stuff to similar customers at similar prices. It is totally beige. It is totally dull. From the customer's point of view, you all look the same. Yeah, you've got your ping pong table. That's really cool. Don't wear ties. That's really cool. Don't even wear socks. Amazing, yeah. But you've got to get further than that, because you're all so incredibly similar. And if you're all similar, I'm going to buy the shiniest thing or the cheapest thing. So the basics of this, okay? This is from a guy called Doug Hall. A business with an overt business benefit. That's a number. 13% likelihood of making the sale without an overt business benefit. A business with an overt business benefit, the likelihood of making the sale goes up to 38%. A business which has no real reason to believe that they can deliver might sell 18% of the time. This is based on 4,000 proposals. But a business with a real reason to believe, 42% likelihood of making the sale. And a business with a dramatic difference, 15% likelihood of making a sale with no dramatic difference. Put in the dramatic difference, the likelihood goes up to 53%. This is what people buy. They buy an overt business benefit. We will increase your turnover by 15% within 1 month. A real reason to believe, here are our testimonials, here are our case studies, there are the video testimonials, and a dramatic difference. We're the only people in the country on this platform. We're the only one with a money-back guarantee. We're the only ones who sell only on value added. Otherwise, you're the same as the rest. Very quick example, which I just think is so beautiful. This is Albert, AI, watch out, they're coming after you. So one really simple explanation of what we do. First artificial intelligence marketing platform for enterprise, simplifying modern marketing. Look at this. This is the sexiest web page I've seen for years. Yeah? You want to know about them? They've been with Harley Davidson, 99.5% increase in new active users. 183% increase in user transactions. So they're nailing it. Overt business benefits, real reason to believe, dramatic difference. You need to have teams, and we've talked about teams lots and lots and lots. We need to get the teams in place. You need to be the employer of choice. So here's the question, very quickly. How do these high-performing businesses do it? First thing they do is they do this finance, marketing, operations piece. They sit down and they score, where are we now? Second thing they do is they sit down and on paper they write down, what is it we want to be in 3 years' time? Why do we exist? Purpose. In 3 years' time, what do we want to be in 3 years' time? We want to be the number one, we want to be famous for, we want to be best for. In 3 years' time, what numbers, what mission, what numbers are we trying to hit? Because if we know what the numbers we're trying to hit are, then now we can talk about the strategy to hit on it. Then we get the steps on the way and the KPIs. There's an MBA in 2 minutes. Purpose, vision, mission, strategy. You need to do that hard work because it unifies the business. Once you've done that, go to your local hardware store and buy a roll of wallpaper. Take the roll of wallpaper, run it across your boardroom table, we're here, and write down here, right now, finance, turnover, profit, number of customers, number of staff, number of clients, average value of a client, average length of a client. Go down here. In 3 years' time, we want to be turnover, profit, number of staff, value per customer. Therefore, in 2 years' time, we need to be doing what numbers? Therefore, in 1 year's time, we need to be doing what numbers? And then suddenly the conversation starts. We're 25 staff now, we'll be 75 staff there, so here we're going to have to move premises. And at that point, if there's 75 staff, we'll need an HR director, cost of. And so you literally plan, you map the business on the wallpaper. So 1, how good are you? 2, what do you want to be on your wallpaper? Thank you. And then 4, you get a really simple dashboard. You create a dashboard which is 4 financial measures. This is on a monthly basis. You score your business. 4 financial measures which are based on your wallpaper journey. 4 marketing measures, and all these can be either lag or late, but I would prefer lag or early indicators, but I prefer they're early indicators. 4 people and culture indicators, 4 operations. And on a monthly basis, you report as a board, as the owners of the business, on your performance against the wallpaper. So in effect, what you've got is you've got the full toolkit. I'll go one stage further, because this is all about being incredibly grown up and systematized. What you're doing is you're defining the trajectory. We're currently 4 million, we want to be 32 million, so that's our trajectory. You're deciding what your big goals are, how many customers, how many staff, average value, revenue per person. You're giving scores to departments. You give each person in your business a 1-number score. Yeah? Everyone has 1 number that they have to report to. Everyone every day writes down the 1 thing they're going to do that day without fail and the 3 other things they're going to do. You make this a process. You drill down, so you have a 1-page business plan, a 1-page marketing plan, a 1-page operations plan, a 1-page people score. Then you execute like crazy because you've now figured out what you're going to do. You roll out a calendar. The calendar goes annual workshop, strategy away day, quarterly meetings, monthly meetings, weekly Monday morning meetings with each department, daily huddle. Each of those meetings has an agenda, it's in the diary, and you run it. What these guys and gals do is they run the business, they run the business of running the business like a machine. They run the business of running the business like you run a campaign. And that way they don't have slippage, and that way things happen incredibly quickly. So I'd like to leave you with one question, and then we'll take some Q&A. And the question is, what's the one thing you can do so that by doing it, everything else will be necessary or easier or unnecessary? So what is your big goal? 5, 10 years. What is it you want to be? In which case, in 3 years' time, what's the one thing you'll have to do to make everything else easier or unnecessary? So therefore, in 1 year's time, what's the one thing you have to have done to make everything else easier or unnecessary? So therefore, this 6-month period, what's the one thing you need to do? So therefore, this month, what's the one thing you need to do? So therefore, this week, what's the one thing you need to do? So therefore, today, what's the one thing you need to do so that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? That's the thought bubble I want to leave with you. I'd like to just try an experiment with you. Oh, here we go. Do you want to do an experiment? Do you want to do an experiment? Right, so this experiment is between you, me, and making stuff up. Questions I will welcome. We'll do them one-to-one afterwards. We'll do them in the bar because the questions are always very difficult. But do contact me, do talk to me. I have got some of the digital agency strategy workbooks here, which are here. If you want copies of the slides, give me your card or contact me. But let's do this experiment. Because I believe you are awesome. You are the best of the best. And you're so good, the vibe is so good, that I think we can do something pretty damn special. And that's this. I'm going to light this candle. There we go. Perfect. And I think the vibe, the chi, the the googliness of the room is so cool that I think with our minds, just with our minds, we have the power to make that candle blow itself out. I believe that the energy in the room is so strong that if we all focus our energy on that candle, that the candle will feel the energy, it'll feel and it'll just go, oh my God, they're all so positive, I'm going to have to go and blow myself out. So that's what we're going to do. So are you up for this experiment? Yeah. Try again. Are you up for this experiment? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to count from 5 to 0. When I get to 0, everyone focuses on the candle, and the candle just goes and blows itself out. So the best way to do this is to do it everyone standing up. So everyone stand up, please. So the way we're going to do it is everyone stands, we watch the candle, ooh. We make the candle blow out with our positive energy, and then roaring applause, and then come and ask me questions, take some of those, and then we can saunter off to the next event, which is only the awards. So everyone focus on the candle. Nobody run forward and nobody blow, okay? We're going to make this candle blow out with the pure power of Google. Everyone focus. Imagine in your mind's eye the candle's going to go out. 5. Concentrate even harder. 4. That's really, really good. We're going to do it. 3, 2, 1, and... And you really thought the candle was going to blow out. And of course that candle's not going to blow out. The candle doesn't blow out because it's in your business plan it's meant to blow out. The candle doesn't blow out because it was in your marketing strategy it's going to blow out. The candle goes out if you do one thing and you do one thing only. And that, my friends, is that you take action. Thank you very much.